Hi, I'm Eugene.
And I'm Kevin.
And we made an app called SendIt. So a little bit into the motivation and context of our app. Basically, when we were doing our project proposal, it was shortly after that first snowfall in November, and Kevin and I are both skiers and snowboarders, and we wanted to do an app that would enhance a user's experience on a mountain. So specifically, we're targeting our app for the more involved skiers and snowboarders, and they can use this app ultimately to track their different runs. So the mountains they do them, the runs that they ski or snowboard, and ultimately the time they do, and most importantly, the elevation change that they go through.
Next, we're going to talk about the implementation description. So first, we have our My Tab Bar controller, which contains the tabs of Home, History, and Settings. First, I'm going to talk about the main view controller. The main view contains the last run info, and it has a next run place where we can store the mountain name and difficulty. Once you enter that data, you get to a detail view, which shows the mountain name, difficulty, and we can record the finish, and if you want, we can add a photo. Once you add a photo, you can save the run or cancel the run if you don't like the run. Next, we have our History tab, which shows a detailed view of all the runs that you previously stored. Once you click onto a cell, you can go into the Detail view, which contains the details about the specific run. It also contains the image here. Finally, we have our Settings tab, which is also embedded in the navigation control, and we can convert from feet to meters here. First, we have our following the Mvc Design Pattern. We have one view controller per view. First, we have the My Tab Bar controller, which contains information about our places to store the run, and our boolean is feet, which selects feet or meters. Next, we have our info.plist file, which contains our privacy camera usage here, if we want to share photos from the camera or if we want to share photos from the photo library. Finally, we have our data model, which contains our entity of run and each of the attributes that correspond with the run. Last but not least, we have conversion.swift, which contains information to static methods to convert from feet to meters or meters to feet. These are just a few components of our project. There are more that we didn't really talk about.
So now on to our key code snippets. So one of the main areas we focused on was core motion. So basically what we did is we established a CM altimeter, and we established that in a variable we called altitude manager. And basically there were two main functions we call along with that: start relative altitude updates and stop relative altitude updates.
Now we're going to talk about some of the impacts of our app. First, we can enhance the skiers or snowboarders' experience on the mountain with our app. So we can allow the user to kind of compare their runs based on time and elevation change. This can result in a digital album of apps or of runs, just like someone has a digital album of photos and videos. SendIt could also be kind of like a marketing strategy for ski resorts to better engage visitors. And SendIt could also be sponsored by ads to make more money.
Thanks for watching.